out for the year. It's your Maize and Blue Review update for Wednesday, February the 21st. Big injury news. Michigan transfer forward Olivier Kamwa out for the season with a wrist injury. The program announces today. More on Michigan basketball in a couple minutes. When Jim Harbaugh left to coach the LA Chargers, current players and signees had a 30-day transfer window. Harbaugh left back on Wednesday, January the 24th. Players have until this Friday, February the 23rd, to enter the portal. Last week, safety Keon Sabb put his name in the portal. With 9 players now, U of M has, with Keon Sabb putting his name in there, along with Reese Atterbury, Matthew Hibner, Amarian Walker, Darius Clemens, Jake Thaw, CJ Stokes, Cameron Calhoun, and Joey Velasquez. Sabb's going to Alabama. Stokes is headed to Charlotte. Clemens, Oregon State. Walker down to Ole Miss. And Velasquez says he will walk on at Ohio State. National Signing Day was back on the first Wednesday in February, and the Wolverines signed 27 players in the early 2024 signing period, and they stayed at 27 until recently. Last weekend, 24 three-star signee Jaden Smith requested and was granted a release from his national letter of intent, and Smith announces he is transferring to Kentucky. So U of M's 24 class sits with 26 players, and they stay at number 13 overall as of today on Rivals.com's team rankings. Michigan has 3 players committed right now to its 2025 recruiting class. Four-star tight end Eli Owens. And Owens told WBIR Channel 10 in Knoxville he's looking forward to playing football in college.
You never know what happens until you do it. And that's, it scares me, but it excites me. And I think that being able to step into this light and take that next step, being something that not a lot of people get to do, is something that I should be really grateful for.
That's Eli Owens. U of M's other 2 2025 commitments currently are defensive end Bobby Kantka from Howell, Michigan, and quarterback Carter Smith, the 23 Gatorade Player of the Year, the Gatorade Player of the Year in Florida. U of M has added a pair of players so far to the transfer portal, linebacker Jayshawn Barham from Maryland, and the other portal addition is Northwestern guard Josh Priebe. Both Priebe and Barham have officially been added to the U of M football roster. Grant Newsom, U of M's offensive line coach, was on the In the Trenches pod, and Newsom says Priebe, having college playing time under his belt, is already a positive.
And a guy who's started a lot of games, and especially in this conference. I think that was a huge appeal to us, especially the fact is we're going to be a younger room this year. So being able to have a guy who can come in and compete to start, but then also provide some of that experience and albeit at a different school, but have experience in this conference and understand what it takes to succeed at this level.
The Michigan football spring game date is set. It's April the 20th, 4/20. Today is the 21st, so in less than 2 months now, the defending champs will hit the field for the fans to see for the first time since winning the national championship back on January the 8th. And former Michigan quarterback Nick Sheridan, who walked on and earned a scholarship and then started 4 games for U of M in 2008, Sheridan this week named the offensive coordinator for Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. The Michigan basketball program, as we go back to the Wolverines and the hardwood, they did announce today that starting forward and second leading scorer Olivier Kamwa will miss the rest of the season with a wrist injury. The team has just 3 games left this month and a pair of games in early March before the Big Ten tourney in Minneapolis, which is 3 weeks away from today, March the 13th. Michigan is back in action tomorrow night when they travel to Evanston, Illinois to play at Northwestern Cats are 18-8 overall. Meanwhile, U of M's overall record is 8-18. Just flip it around. Michigan women's basketball team, they're at Northwestern on Saturday afternoon. And the Michigan hockey team split a pair of games at Penn State last weekend. The Wolverines now return to home ice for a pair of games against Notre Dame. Friday, 8 o'clock. Saturday, the puck drops at 6:30. Both games, Michigan, Notre Dame, are on BTN. And that's the latest on Michigan. Stay tuned for Good Afternoon Michigan Football. Jim Scarcelli, the former Wolverine, is standing by. That's at the top of the hour. And for the latest on U of M, as always, go to the MaizeandBlueReview.com or sign up at Michigan.Rivals.com, and we will